Now, the warm, wet hole versus a real woman. So when I was about 12 years old, my mother said, I call her, people say, what's wrong with your mom? I just call her the walking DSM because I don't know, I couldn't narrow it down. But she says, if you don't have sex with your boyfriends, they're going to leave you. If you don't have sex with your boyfriends, they're going to leave you. So by the time I was 12, I knew that she had lost control over me completely by the time I was 12. But if you don't have sex with your boyfriends, I didn't internalize that, but maybe my sister did, started having sex at a young age. So what I learned from her was there's two types of women. There's a warm, wet hole. That's all you are, right? If the only thing you have to offer a man is sex, that's what you are. And guess what? Guess who else has a warm, wet hole? Every other woman out there, right? What a horrible existence if you subscribe to that mentality as a woman. What a horrible existence. Versus a real woman. You get a good, strong, healthy woman, you can catapult a man. I can do so much. We're powerful beings. As women, we are. If we use it in the right way, in the right direction. Some of the most successful men have admitted, but for my wife, I never would be where I am. You have very successful men who have children who turn out to be amazing, and they say, but for my wife enabled all of this, right? So, I've had people get offended, and they say, that's horrible. That's horrible, you say warm, wet hole. I'm like, well, if you have one and it's not warm and wet, you might want to seek some sort of gynecological, intervention. But let's be honest. Let's start talking real talk. There are some women out there who believe that their sexuality, their beauty is all they have to offer. And you see what a shallow, horrible life they live. All right, so then, we have a man who ignores all these huge red flags waving, right? Ignores them. We justify them. And then they get married. But all too often, the red flags start to wave after the marriage, right? There's more men who are victims of domestic violence than women. That's what the latest statistics show. So women believe that they're victims of domestic violence if they're told, perhaps, I don't like the way that you did this. You doing it this way, it makes it difficult for our family. What? You don't try to control me. That's abusive and controlling. You don't tell me what to do. Okay, then this power struggle ensues, right? Or she might come back. I had one recording, man brought in, and this is her evidence that she was being abused. Is he said, look, you're on social media, you're flirting with all these guys. Here it is, we're married, we have 4 kids, and you're flirting with these guys. And she's like, oh, really? She goes, you're trying to control me now? She goes, this is exactly why I want out of this abusive situation. Never mind, she got caught in an affair, and apparently the military gets upset when you try to bring drugs on post, right? She got caught with that too. But somehow in all that, she's the victim. She's a victim, right? Well, she comes back at him. You're just a fucking idiot. You're a loser. She degrades him. He's a very highly decorated soldier. Who's abused there? I'm so glad you have this, right? Because who's being abused? But men don't take it that way. Men grossly underreport. But yeah, the latest stats are that there's more men abused by women. So I'm going to hit briefly on the divorce. 79 to 85%, depending on what stats, women initiate family court actions. They're the ones who are the plaintiffs. They're filing to end the marriage. Women are awarded custody about 80% of the time. Don't tell me that 80% of the time women are better parents. I won't believe you. I think we've seen what single moms have done to society, right? Somebody asked me, well, name one thing that single moms are good at. I'm like,